I think I'd be able to, not say I'm indestructible, but I think if someone's walking towards me now and I'm on stage and the joke's ain't working, I think that is a cue to move. I'm not gonna just, put my face up here. I think it's a cue to go, get out. I'm not a bad man. I'm quick though. That's why I always got shoes that are bouncy. I'm gone. So,
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Koh-versations with myself, Francis Koh. Yet again, we have another exciting show ahead. Today, we're joined by a comedian, one of the funniest guys out there in the game. He writes sketches like there's no tomorrow. Above all, he's not only just funny, he's kind, he's caring, he's a true creative who's looking to make an impact in the game and helping others to do great things within the industry. Please allow me to welcome the funny man himself, Mr. Edwin. Yes!
yo, that intro, it's like you're trying to move to me, bro. That was... I was like, that out of pad if you want me to. Man said, above all else. I ain't heard that word since yesterday. That's a big word. I'm playing. Yo, listen, King Francis. This guy kind of so ever. Every time he picks up the phone, it's good morning, good afternoon, King, or good evening, King. What do you call me again? It's Sinus, or sir, stuff like that. It's just good energy.
That's your camera.
Sorry, I keep.
Yeah, that's it.
There you go.
That's
It's just good energy he always gives out. So yeah,
he's right. Every time he calls, I pick up the phone. That's because he never calls.
I'll be calling.
No, he messages. No, but I have to say the same. You as well. Like you're one of the. Do you know there's just something about your comedians against it's your nature. Every single comedian we worked with, apart from two.
No names.
No names, apart from two. Like you lot are just so nice. So hopefully you'll be the first comedian that doesn't bully me on my own show. Yeah, thank you very much. Welcome. Thank you for accepting this.
Who bullied you on here?
Huh? Every single one of them.
Sounds like a you problem, bro.
I want to start off with who's Edwin? Who are you, sir, in the comedy world, and why do you do what you do?
Wow, just like that. No,
Just like that.
Just good afternoon. Have I eaten today?
We already done the
I'm
intro.
just saying, no, like
We already done the.
By the way, it is freezing up in here. Like Francis don't know. Like the trick is you turn up the heating so the guest slowly takes off their clothes minute by minute. But
Brother,
this way,
I want your clothes on.
no,
I don't want you to take off your clothes.
You can't.
Why you want to take off your clothes?
Cameraman, you know what I mean? You go, Beanie comes over, you turn up the heating, you're like, yo, forget
Brother.
the bills. So, anyway.
I don't
do that. I've heard on the street.
Unless
that's what
you
do.
identify yourself as a beanie, then I don't know. Should we turn
I've
up?
got emotions like one. I'm not going to lie to you. I've got emotions like one. I'm just saying, just straight up off the bat.
Are we gonna have a serious conversation?
No, I would try, but
we
just to go straight in, just no full, just straight in.
What is wrong?
He's just trying to just go in. I'm like, yo, no, afternoon. Because I asked him what he ate today, and he was like, yo,
We ain't got-
I keep looking at this. I'm good.
We ain't got time for foreplay.
All
We need to go straight. We need to go straight in.
Straight in.
We need
It's
to
one of
go
them.
straight in.
All right. Edwin, who's Edwin? This guy's dead. Who's Edwin? I'm Edwin's son, Edwin II, Edwin Jr., named after my dad. How would I say? I'm comedian, obviously. I write, do sketches, present from time to time, host, manipulator. No, I'm fucking around. Can we swear? Is that?
Try not to,
Try not
because
to,
yeah,
that's
I like to show my
Show-
daughters.
Oh, my bad.
Daddy was.
YouTube's got proper strict on swearing.
The first 30 seconds. The first 30 seconds.
Okay.
Really?
Literally last couple of weeks.
No,
Oh,
they
is it?
changed it 30 seconds. The first 30
That
seconds.
it was like 3 minutes whatever, but now they're just they'll fuck you off in the algorithm. If it's bare swearing, they will just.
Wow. How about rap videos? What are they? They just.
No, they got different money, so they're okay. They got that special
Fair enough.
category.
But yeah, like those things, like I said, that's what I kind of do. I've always been, I would say, lively you. I've always liked to make people smile. I've always liked, make people laugh. You know.
Did it always come natural, making people laugh? Because you're one of those comedians who you don't try. Like it just
Thank you.
happens.
It just like it just from school. I mean, you could say I was like, I'm not like, oh, I have to be the center of attention. I'm not crazy narcissistic. You feel me?
You don't only child siblings? You got any siblings?
No, I've got siblings. I'm the oldest. I've got siblings.
So everything was experimented on you. You got the beats. You got.
Oh, 100%. Because when I see my siblings now and they get nicer treatment now, it's ridiculous.
It's crazy, right?
And my sister just, no one cares. My brother now is just chilling. Like my mom, when he was younger, was taking him to football games and that on a Sunday, but I had to go and praise the Lord. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's, are we gonna stop the religion at him? But me, we gotta do. You know what I mean? So it just you see it, and I think with older, I say it like this. I think parents with older children, we're like the trial period. We're like the demo mode. You know when you try the demo out, and we're the free trial period, and then afterwards it's like, okay, cool, I'll pay the $9.99 for the other kids. That's what it is. Do you know what I mean? Like, okay, I'm gonna try now. So yeah, I just naturally, it was just nice to, just making people feel good and, having good energy is always what I like.
No, you're funny. You're funny.
I don't know.
No, you are. Like, even just.
Oh, was that a question you
No,
said?
I'm just telling.
Oh, thank you. It sounded like a cameraman. That sounded like a question, right?
Ladies and gentlemen, we know where this is going, right? All right, so out of all your talents in the comedy field, which one's your favorite?
Someone asked me this the other day. I have moments, I'll be real with you. Because like I said, I do stand-up, I do the sketches, I do the script writing. There's moments, and sometimes it's like I'll be in a stand-up mode and I just want to just be on stage. Sometimes I just want to be locked up writing the scripts. Sometimes the sketches. So it depends, really. Seasonal kind of thing. I still make sure I'm doing all of them, but
How do you do that? Because I'm asking this for a young comedian.
Yeah.
Where do they even start? Because for me, when I'm watching your stuff, I'm like, how is this guy doing this? Like, you're here, you're there, you're in Cyprus doing weddings, you're back doing sketches, you're doing your own show, obviously, you're doing stand-up here, there. How do you manage your time?
You balance, and one thing I said, especially this year, is to be doing the most, but the least at the same time. So I can't be doing everything. You physically can't. You got 2 hands, 2 feet, 1 minute. You just can't. And when you try and think that you can do everything, something's gonna, end up being sacrificed. So I was like, okay, cool. I gotta minimize the things and get the best out of them. So doing the content online helps the stand-up in a way. And the stand-up itself is making me have a stronger, obviously, stage presence. So cool, I'm getting that online money and I'm getting, the digital money as well. So both are working.
You getting the online money?
I'm trying to.
Let's talk about this online, because I ain't getting no online money.
I'm just getting
How are we getting this online money?
OF, OnlyFans, sell your feet. No, it's coming, but the idea is that the digital money is in hand with.
Are you on OnlyFans? As a comedian, you could do comedy sketch on OnlyFans.
You said your daughters are watching, so I was going to say something crazy, but then I remembered your daughter, because I was going to say...
No, I'm not. I'm talking about...
Am I, as a consumer? No, I'm not paying for... No.
You don't... Okay, fair enough.
I'm not going to pay... Sorry, guy, like, X videos, content creators, I'm not paying... That's fine. Off topic, I remember when I spoke to Sarah J, big porn star, right? And I was like, listen, I've watched so many of your videos, you know what I mean? My childhood. And she was like, you paying for your porn? And I was like, yeah. Like, come on. I ain't doing that. I'm not doing that.
Okay.
If it was a crime to be watching it for free,
you're locked up.
Trying to stop though. But anyway, sorry, we're back to it.
Okay.
Come on.
Sorry.
Just be focused. This is your show. Come on. What's wrong with me?
Let's go back to your... So you got the online money and you got the...
So I'm trying to get the online money, and obviously you got the reality money from the stage. And I think you were saying about young comics, where do they start? I think it's identifying exactly what you're trying to do. So the videos and sketches online, you're seeing a lot of, stars coming up, and they got the TikTok, they got the Instagram, the YouTube, and everything like that. But it's nice when I see those guys going, I want to jump into the stand-up world. It's completely different. It's different. I always say a comedian is, who does stand-up. But, some people argue and go, yo, comedian is online as well. And fair enough. But having both and that skill is vital, I think, because they go hand in hand. You have this, you need both. If you do just stand-up, it doesn't make sense because no one cares who you are until they see you in person. If you do the online stuff, it's like, okay, cool. We want to see you live now. But you won't be able to because you don't have
What's your writing process on your sketches? Because when I see your sketches,
they're
so like, because we've worked with a lot of comedians. So only when I start working with a lot of comedians, I actually appreciate the effort that goes into everything. But when I watch your sketches, it just seems like you and just and the other guys say, oh, it's like you almost freestyling, so to speak. It just seems so natural. What's the process? How do you say, okay, this is gonna hit, let's put this here, let's take, what's the process like?
In some aspects, obviously, some ideas come to you, if you're in a good space, but others, they're created, when you kind of dig through, you sit down and go, okay, cool, there's this certain topic, or there's this premise, let me put it together and see if it kind of works. So it's a lot of trial and error, it's a lot of bad ideas get trashed away. But how I write depends on kind of what I'm doing. So stand up, could be, sounds silly, but an idea comes to you and then you have to go on stage and try it and then develop it, and then with sketches, for example, sometimes the premise comes to my head and I'm like, okay, cool, this one's gonna make sense, and then I have to build from it. So it really depends. But I've noticed I can't just be like, okay, cool, got to do a video today, kind of thing, and force that idea. It'll show in my work. So it kind of has to be like, I'm in that space, in that moment, and then I kind of grow the idea, if that makes sense.
Let's touch on that. How do you stay in that space? Because a young comic sees that.
Yeah.
They think, I could do that.
Yeah.
And then when they do it, like, no, how do you stay in that space and work on your craft?
Two things I'd say. Obviously, consistency. It's literally about. It's like gym, really. You have to constantly be going.
Like what?
Like gym.
Okay.
You were shocked when I said that.
Yeah.
It's cool. If you're busty, you're busty. It doesn't. You know what I mean?
God, I'm good. Yeah.
I ain't a gym fanatic. I try, but
You got it like that.
hey, stop trying to move to me. But what I was saying was like, in terms of, damn, France, what was I talking about now?
How does a young comic stay in the zone?
The two things, consistency. So like, constantly in that space, and also as well, I think what's important is making sure you're good as well. So if you're in a good space as well, mentally, you're gonna get the best results out. So
what do you do to stay in a good space?
Fool, you know what it is? I try a lot of things. Have good energy around me. I try eat healthy, work out. I try, rest. I try and do things I like doing. So if that's like playing FIFA and just playing my career mode, cool. If that's, seeing my people, cool, fantastic. If that's, you know, then cool. You're enjoying it. Do you know what I mean? You said no. But stuff that I enjoy and taking those times out is great because, it's easy, especially when you're an artist or whatever, creative, it's just to be locked in. Like, we need to understand for your brain to get the best ideas, it needs to be functioning the best. So you got to treat it like that. Give it its rest. Do things that make you happy, and then cool, you get the best results while obviously being consistent.
Consistent. I think a lot of people don't understand the importance of consistency.
Yes.
So if we go back, you got all these great ideas bouncing around you as a creative. How do you then choose which idea to go with? Because it's going to take a long time for that idea to hit its fruition. And where most people say, you know what, after 2 weeks or 2 months, that's not working. Then they go back to the other one. Then they just find themselves repeating the same cycle, chopping it off before it even grew its legs. How do you stay in there?
It's trial and error. Like for stand-up anyway, it's trial and error because you have to try. You won't know That's the great thing about it, and the curse at the same time. You won't know until you obviously go in front of an audience and get a physical reaction from it. So I could write as many ideas for stand up, by myself in my house, but until I actually go out and try it, you don't always know. Sometimes you're like, okay, cool, this might work, but others, no. With like writing, sketches and stuff like that, sometimes like this happens a lot. I might think of an idea, it doesn't click then, but it's there, it's in the notes. I come back 3 months later and I look back here and I go, okay, let me add this, and then it works. So sometimes your mind at that particular moment is unable to kind of develop it. You give it some time, and then you come back to it. So writing everything down, looking back at it, and then this makes sense. Because the brain can only deal with so many things at once. Sometimes if you leave it there and come back to it and remind your brain of it, then it's able to work it out. So,
do you actually write?
Yeah.
Or do you type?
I write. When I'm doing script writing, obviously I'm typing and stuff. But when I'm actually writing like shorter skits and stand up, then I'm writing paper.
Is there a reason? As opposed to just go on your phone and type the notes, and why do you write instead of typing?
If I'm on the go, I do it. If I don't have my note, usually I have my notepad. But if I'm in a rush, then of course I just put bullet points.
Do you find there's a different connection between you typing it and writing it?
Yeah, and I can't explain it. I don't know if it's some spiritual judge. I don't know, but it just feels like more real.
Why does it have to be judged?
No, I'm just saying. Judge is not always bad. I'm just saying. Do you know what I mean? It's just like come on. But it's like that. It just feels more real when I'm writing on paper. Just it feels like art.
And you remember it more. You retain it more.
Exactly.
It sticks to your brain. Because I think it's scientifically proven that if you write something down, you're most likely to remember it.
Sound like my primary school teacher. That's the kind of stuff.
You're not still in primary school, are you?
No, I hope not. She took me years to get a pen. You know the ones where you have to write, you have to prove yourself.
You have to get a pen license.
Yeah, you have to get a pen. I'm like, come on, just give me the pen, bro.
I wonder is their age, what would happen if a kid doesn't... You must learn how to write at some point. So you just give them the pen, I guess.
They're going to have to do it at some point.
Yeah.
It's useless, man. They're going to lose the pens anyway, but anyway. Yeah.
So we see you on stage, killing it.
Mm-hmm.
We see you in the skits, killing it. Mm-hmm. I would think it's easy. Talk to us about the moments where it goes wrong.
All the time.
Have you ever been booed?
All the time. It goes wrong all the time. Like,
What's
most
that?
of the time.
How do you dig yourself out and say, I'm coming back?
I bomb most of the time.
No, you don't bomb most of the time. Don't.
No, you haven't seen it though. But this is what I'm saying. Like, people don't see when you come to the big shows and stuff like that. That's like effort, bombing to get to that point. Like the other shows, you see, this might not work. Earlier on, I got booed. Some Jamaican ladies booed me off. I've had hecklers. Hecklers turn me on. I can't lie to you because it's like I'm getting.
Wait. Can you explain what hecklers are to those who don't understand? Because it sounds weird. Hecklers turn me on.
So bombing before I can't go to an airport ever again. Bombing essentially means flat out like the audience. There's no reaction, right?
Like it's terrible.
It's just like there's just no noise, right? And then hecklers are people in the audience that basically talk out of turn. They're speaking back to you when it's not time to do so. Essentially, they call out things. I have that, but like I said, it turns me on because it's like I prefer hecklers than just straight bombing because it means okay, cool. You're feeling some kind of emotion. This is triggering you. These jokes are triggering you in a way that you have to say something back. But when it's flat out silent, you just want to kill yourself.
How do you deal with the hecklers? Do you attack them or do you leave them alone?
100%. You just have to go just mentally for them and just destroy them. It's great. It's wonderful. I like it. Sometimes I have to tell myself like, Ed, please, like, just, especially like, because I have one particular show, open mic, Junior Booker, if you heard of him.
Yeah.
So I do a lot of his shows. He has a lot of females that come there. So obviously, some of my jokes and stuff, be attacking the females all the time. You get some, aunties and mums and that, try heckle back. And, Junior's looking at me like, come on, bro.
This is business.
Yeah, come on, man. I'm trying to link these after, man. Don't ruin this for me. And it's just, I'm like, I can't hold it in. I've got to just, because why are you talking? Oh, But anyway, I try and hold it down, but sometimes I just got to let out. I can't just.
Have you ever been attacked on stage? While on stage?
What? Will Smith? Nah.
No, not slap.
Not slapped.
No.
Nah, not attacked. I had an auntie like walk towards me, but then she turned left. And she came to the stage and tried to point a finger at me. She said, and then she just walked that way. But nah, not hit. I think I'd be able to not say I'm indestructible, but I think if someone's walking towards me now and I'm on stage and the jokes ain't working, I think that is a cue to move. I'm not gonna just, put my face up here. I think it's a cue to go get out. I'm not a bad man. I'm quick though. That's why I always got shoes that are bouncy. I'm gone. So, yeah.
Let's go back. Talk to us about your writing, sketching process. How do you develop it? Because you say it's try and error. So how do you develop that? Because obviously, if you are on stage, you can practice the joke. Because you say you bomb. Then when you bomb here, you can take this out, put that in, and then the main event, boom. Like we know, we get it by the audience laughing and having a good time. And obviously on a sketch, we don't have that interactive reaction. So how do you say, okay, guys, this is the one?
Sometimes trust your gut. Sometimes, obviously, I'm lucky I have some people that would tell me, hey, this is going to be funny and whatnot. But a lot of the time, I'm kind of just guessing, Sometimes that's why I'm like, now I have to make sure when I'm releasing something, I like it. Because the worst thing, I would rather, put something out I like and it doesn't do as well than put something out that I don't like and it does well. I used to do that with my videos. Before, you could say it turned dark and I did all these progressive videos and did whatever. I was doing a lot of these relatable quote-on videos, which were doing well. I knew they were going to do well before I even wrote them down. But I didn't like them because I was like, they're not even thought-provoking. They wouldn't make me laugh. It's only because it's making them laugh and point them out. But once I stopped that and I started putting out content I like, no matter, the consequence. Obviously, of course, I still want to try and make sure it's quality more than everything. But I make sure there's quality and I like it. If it's quality and I might not like it, that might be because I'm overthinking it. There's been videos like that as well, which have been good, but because I'm overthinking it, I'm like, I've had videos like that before. I've done videos and then someone's like, just release them. What's wrong with you? Like I did a video, I remember, the Arab strip club. When I did the Arab strip club. And I wasn't going to release it. I was like, nah. My girl was like, what's wrong with you?
Did you like that one though?
I did. I did like it, but I was like,
it might offend people.
Like, and I never think, but I was like, my girl was like, stop being the pussy, release that. And then, yeah, man.
Stop being soft.
Yeah, just release it. Man. So there's moments like that. Sometimes, as a creative, you overthink. But, other times, I just, make sure.
You touched on something very important there. Yeah. Not following the trend and sticking to you.
Yeah, it's important.
Because it's so easy to follow the trend because you look left, you look right, everyone's getting all of this and it's kind of easy for you to follow that. How do you get the willpower to stay there? So not, as you said, I need to put out what I like.
It must be a mental illness. I think it must be that. Because you see everything now, the attention span is down. You see on apps now, you can take a sound and just reuse it and get followings from that. So it's easy. It's easy, but I think, I don't know, there's just sometimes, I don't know, maybe something wrong with me where it's like, nah, I want to be different.
And I guess,
ego thing, I don't know.
I guess if they like your stuff for you, they'll stay with you longer.
100%.
But if they like you for the trend, once that trend finishes,
you're done.
They'll move on.
You're done. So it's like, the hardest thing, funny enough, the hardest thing to ever do is be yourself. It's free to do, but it's hard at the same time. You would think it's easy to just be you, but it's the hardest thing to do. So once you are you, no one can tell you anything. No one can be you, so just be you.
That's amazing. What's the hardest thing you've been through in the comedy world, in your industry? The hardest thing you've been through?
The hardest thing, well, just in all kind of.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be interesting. I think the hardest thing for me, the hardest thing that I had to learn was that, especially in stand up, there's certain topics which you need to heal from before you can talk about them. You know, sometimes I wanted to talk about certain topics because I'm like, I can make them funny, but I'm like, you ain't healed from it yet. So you doing that, you're not gonna get the best results from them. All this, using comedy as therapy, I think get the therapy first and then come and then tell people your story rather than the other way around because you don't actually ever deal with it. Do you know what I mean? So I think that was hard for me because it was like, don't want to do therapy, do you know what I mean? Because, it's expensive. And I haven't done therapy yet, but at least let me deal with the problem, talk about it with people close to me I trust, deal with that emotion before I can go on stage and talk about certain stuff, I think that was, I think that was the hardest thing to overcome. I just thought, let me just go out there and comedy and you gotta heal from those things as well. And I think also as well, another hard thing was to be able to have fun outside, live outside of comedy as well. It was so easy to just be like stuck in just the comedy one. It's just, you got to just put pressure on myself constantly, just turning out content. The way content is set up nowadays, you got to be doing it all the time, releasing it all the time. And that was slowly killing me. I was like, whoa, hold up a second. You can still work hard and be consistent, but still have time for you. So I think those were the two hardest things. I'd say comedy.
Well done for identifying that you need to heal, because a lot of people find it hard to identify that there's something wrong with me and I need to heal and go through that. So well done to you for that. Yeah. Traveling. Where is the most expensive place you've performed?
Probably Cyprus. I did it last summer. That was expensive. It's expensive. My guy booked me for it. Yeah, man. And you know what's so funny? I know he had money because when we were at the pool party the day after the wedding, he lost his wedding ring, like in the pool and that, and like his wife was just upset and like, I'll buy another one. But obviously to her it was like, it's sentimental. Yeah. I don't know if he did find it or he just bought a new one, but he was so unbothered that day. He was just like, I was like, okay, cool. I'm with the bottlers.
So did you get upset that I should have charged you more?
Oh, hell yeah. He was mad. He was acting like that, but then he was still like, hey, yo, let's stay in the budget. And I'm like, come on. But no, that definitely...
What was that experience like, hosting a wedding?
Crazy. You know what's so funny? I didn't even want to do it.
Really?
I didn't even want... Because I was always like, I don't want to host weddings.
Why?
And this is like, you're going to look at me and think, yo, bro, that's some money. But because...
It's not even the money, just the experience.
I know, the experience, but I started to hate hosting. That's why I got more into my stand-up bag more, because I was like, hosting, you're restricted.
Yeah.
What you can talk about, how you can move, you gotta wait because I've hosted everywhere. Like I've been hosting for years, I've hosted everywhere. You name it. Funerals, flipping abortion clinics, everywhere. I've hosted.
What?
Huh? Anyway, I've hosted everywhere. I've hosted everywhere. Do you know what I mean? And like, it's tiring because...
I shouldn't even laugh at that. Why am I laughing at that?
But the thing is, because I've done that, when you're hosting, you're relying on other acts, you're relying on, the people that booked you to be organized. I've done so many that haven't. It just got me to a point where I was like, ugh. So I was like, a wedding, you're going to have acts that don't care if you're there. There's so many variables. This is when my overthinking started coming into play. So I was like, I don't want to do it. And my guy was like, what are you talking about, bro? Like, I'm booking you because I'm booking you. I think the reason, though, he was booking me because I was the cheaper option. And he couldn't get Mo and A-Dot. But I was like, okay, cool, I'm going to do it. And then, like...
But you killed it.
Do you know what's mad? To me, it was like, not to gas myself, but I'll gas myself. It felt like another day in the park, like just a stroll. Because I've been doing it so long, and that's testament to myself doing it so long. But people there were like, whoa. Because you got a lot of people there as well, when they heard he was booking me, were like, you sure? Like, we've seen his videos and stuff. Do you want to book him? This is your big day. He might say some stuff. I do it now. The aunties, oh my God. It's just, so... Yeah, it's funny that I didn't want to do it, but doing it was like a whole different experience. And I really did enjoy it.
No, off air you said something funny about your packing experience when you go on holiday?
Yes, because
How do you travel?
because obviously you were talking about going like I'm first of all, I ain't white. I can't do this whole put on a backpack and just go anywhere. White people commend you for that. Big up yourself. I can't. When I pack double.
I
even
want to
triple
do
sometimes.
that. I actually, my next holiday, I
You
want to
seem
do.
like the person that can do that. I can't do that because
What makes me seem like the person that
I
can
don't
do
know.
that
You
and you
just give me
can't?
that vibe of just whatever. I'm just gonna just pack a shirt and some jeans. And
Why not?
You just seem like that. You seem like that person that just doesn't wear
I hope
boxes
that's-
and you're just commando. Does seem like that person that just, hey man, I'm just gonna commando today, just jeans. I'm not that type of person, innit?
Seen him walk around in his dressing gown.
I don't even want to know. I don't want to know. I'm the type of person. If I'm staying 3 days somewhere, I pack 7 days worth
What?
of boxes because of the tendency to have diarrhea. And when I did have diarrhea, when I went to a Christian camp when I was younger, listen, that
Oh
was
no, wait.
because I'm not doing that again. I promise you now.
What happened? What happened on
I
this
don't know
trip?
what happened. I went to a Christian camp. You feel me?
How
And
old
at the
was
ti-
you?
Oh boy, maybe 13, 12.
Who packed for you?
I did. But the thing is, obviously, I don't know why I ate. I'm not gonna, I was with a church with a lot of, people that didn't look like me, and they cooked something that I wouldn't usually, eat. You know what I mean? So I obviously ate something I usually wouldn't eat, and obviously it left an effect on me that usually doesn't leave an effect on me. And obviously,
Wait, hold on. So
I've now layered. But this is the thing.
Wait, no,
hold on.
wait,
Let me
wait,
finish. But this was obviously a time when, like, I would just dump, but I wouldn't, like, go and wash. I would just use a tissue.
What?
Do you understand what I'm saying? So obviously it left a lot of skin marks on my boxes. And I was like, I can't stay like this. So I had to use, because I only packed for 5 days, I had to use the next day's boxes. So what ended up happening was that I didn't have enough boxes. So I had to use my old boxes and turn them inside out. And it was just an uncomfortable experience all around. So after that, I said, listen, yo, first of all, wash your nyash. I wash my coochie now, up, down, left, right, center. You can't tell me nothing. And I also have spare boxes. I don't care what anyone says to me.
So before then, you never used to wash?
No, I did. But obviously, after I dump now, I just do you know what I mean? Just use the tissue and that was it. I squat and I shower my, do you know what I mean? Like, I clean that now. Before a bidet was a bidet, I didn't know that. Especially, and I'm at camp. Bro, hello. When do we go camping? So, what did I know about? Do you understand what I'm saying? Because if that happens now, I don't care where I am. I'll squat in a KFC bathroom if I have to. So what's hard? I don't care about nothing. But back then. So now that's why I said I'm not the kind of guy. I commend the people that can do that. Oh man, let's stay at a hostel. Nah, man, I'm not. When I go on holiday, I want to enjoy. I want to have money. I want to stay somewhere nice. I want to nap in.
You know what?
All of that. That's me.
Listen,
That's me. I'm not.
I'm not. There's one thing I won't do. I'm not staying in a hostel because I know it. One time we went to,
I'm not staying. I'm not doing that. Listen.
One time was 8 of us, yeah. My boys, we went out to Cardiff and one of my friends ordered a hostel on the website that sold him the dream. When we got there, right, it was a room not even as big as this. It was bunk bed on top.
Nah.
It was too much.
No, I'm not doing that. I'm sorry. I like comfort when I go
Yeah.
somewhere. I need to relax. Why are we?
That's
are
the
we
whole
living
point
like
of
we're in the
going
army?
away. Yeah.
Not even army people live that. Why am I gonna do that? Come on, allow it. I'm not doing that. So I don't do it. So I pack my bags, extra bags. If I have to pay for extra luggage, so be it. I need my extra boxes. That's my rule number 1. I do not play around with my boxes, bro.
Okay, fair. No, I got you. I'm gonna try backpack and I'll let you know how it goes.
Good luck to you, man.
I'll pack extra boxes, definitely.
Yeah.
That's definitely.
Backpack.
Not
Good luck.
commando, no. All right, talk to me. What's any regrets so far? Anything you can look back and say, I should have done this more. I should have taken that booking. I shouldn't.
No.
You good? You happy?
So I'm not gonna say I'm super happy, but I can't. You can't live on what's happened. It's happened, and to be fair, it's happened to make you a better person. So I can't live by the whole. I'm gonna, and I generally mean that because a lot of people say I got no regrets. I generally yeah. Because I could easily be like, yo, COVID, I could have been doing more of it. Nah, man, because then even in that time, I learned how to script write. I made a cartoon. I had the dream of starting my own comedy club. And as soon as like the doors were open again after COVID, I made that happen. So I can't be like, hey, man, I wish I did. Nah, don't you know.
That's a good transition. Tell us about Golden Mike. What's happening with that?
Golden Mike, yes. It was a club I built in London originally. And it was to give comedians the space to be open, to have that honest, raw, real comedy, which I grew up on and I love. I grew up on the likes of, Def Jam. I grew up on Chappelle's and Bernie Mac and Patrice O'Neill and these kind of guys who went on the mic and murdered it. Like they were just real. They weren't holding back from anything. So I think I wanted to give that space because I watch a lot of stand-up shows online on TV, on the channels 1 to 5. I'm not gonna say the names. Live at the and the comedy it's just like, come on, bro. It's just, and especially in the UK, because, and I say this every time I do an interview, I'm like, it's annoying because you see legends have been doing this 30, 40 years and they only get the recognition when it's like, oh, white people are like, okay, we got one spot for you now. And I'm like, no, that's dead. It shouldn't be like that. There's a lot of, funny comedians. So I wanted to give that space. If you're funny, you're funny. I don't care about race or that. When you're funny, you're raw with the comedy, then yeah, and you can perform at my club. So that's the reason for it. And that's the reason I wanted to obviously do it, because I was like, especially in this country, not a lot of people know about watching stand-up. Go in there. It's a great date spot. My club, listen, go to my comedy, follow it. When we start doing shows again, we back. Come through before it gets big now, and it's you won't be able to bring your side chick. You know what I mean? Because it's gonna be too big. Because your girl's gonna be there with her girls, and you're gonna get cloaked out. So come now because it's affordable now. You feel me? Come and enjoy. You know what I mean? Because you're gonna look at Are
you promoting men to go with their side chicks?
I'm promoting men to come and enjoy themselves. Relax yourself. I'm coming for men to enjoy themselves. And if you do have a side chick, okay, cool. It's 2023. You can identify as whatever. So identify as having a side chick. I don't care. I'm just saying it's a good spot now to come to, because you go and chat to girls now. Where they been? Been to restaurants. They've been to golf. They've been to go. Ask them, have they been to comedy? I've never been comedy. Oh my God, let's go. They go to comedy now. Wow, this is the best thing I've ever.
Would you sit in the front row at a comedy show?
Yeah.
But I guess you're a comedian, so you can answer back. I wouldn't.
And you know what it is? Sometimes I sit at the front and I don't answer back. I laugh. Do you feel me? I'm enjoying the experience.
Yeah.
You feel me? Just enjoy it, because I've done shows and I realize now. I went to like a gong show. It's like a show where you have 5 minutes and you got to be funny in that time. But basically, the host encourages the audience to basically, you can get booed off. Like, if they don't like you after the first minute, hey, they can shout out, they got cards and stuff like that. So when I performed there and I watched this, I realized like a lot of like audience members come there to like, just for abuse. They've had whatever shit they've had, bad day, sorry, and they just come to take out on you. Like, so I just sit back and I just, because I'm a comedian, like you say, I just kind of just sit back and just enjoy it. And if you get a couple jokes, the jokes. What's the worst? What are you gonna say? My hairline? Thanks, I already know that. I got a bit about my hairline anyway. What else are you gonna do?
It's not bad.
No, it's messed up.
No, it's not bad.
It looks
your
like,
barber did well.
No, thank you. He saves
Go
it.
like that. That's it.
It looks like the Batman sign, innit?
Yeah.
It's crazy, innit? Like it's.
No, don't do that again.
No, it's just.
Yeah, just stay up.
Let me call him.
Oh no, don't. That's
If I was a superhero, that definitely would be my finisher.
Why don't you get your barber to do that spray thing?
No, not going Turkey. No, I'm not getting a white girl to fund it. No, I'm not doing all that. No. I thought about all these things and I was like, just let it be
I
natural.
think I would go Turkey.
Nah, I'm alright. All that, you got a year and you got them little spots. No. I got to wear hats all the time. I'm not. Just let it be, man. Hopefully this comes along. I've been trying a couple procedures.
No, that's not coming.
No, but I keep cutting it off. That's why. I keep cutting it off.
Like
but
even mine, I've been trying.
I got sold a dream. There was a couple things people said I should do.
Like what?
And I was doing them. Like you said your daughters watch this. I'm not going to obviously say what.
Okay, we don't want it.
Yeah.
Some sort of juice?
Yeah, booty juice, apparently.
No,
you feel me?
Jesus Christ.
Booty juice, apparently. Because I was doing that anyway. And obviously when someone's like, yo, rub your side of your face in it, I was like, oh, okay, cool. I started doing that.
I hope you washed after.
And the girl was like, what are you doing? I was like, I'm trying to get this beard going because my hairline, can you just face the front?
Did you wash after the session?
Do I wash? Come on, listen.
No,
this
I
is
don't
a
know.
cat.
I don't know. You might say you need to leave
No,
it
you
on
let
for a
it-
few
you let
days.
It marinate. You let it marinate.
How long?
Like, to the morning. You know when you wake up and like your eyes all stuck together and that because of the pink eye and that. You just wake them up. Let it marinate. It's like chicken. Don't just wash it straight away.
You are nasty.
Don't wash it straight away. Wait, hold on. You know what I hate about that? You know what I hate about guys? We're all being fake here. There's no way you, like, at night, there's no way you eat coochie at 2 a.m. and then go, okay, I'm going to shower now. You lay in the
That's
juices.
not what we're saying, but
You lay in the
you
juices.
extra go on it.
Okay, cool. Can I ask you something?
My daughters are watching.
All right.
My daughters are watching. My daughters are watching. So don't do that. My daughters. There's my get out jail card. Use it.
All right, you're only allowed to use that once. You used it now.
Can't even say that.
Use it. I'm just saying, guys be lying. Oh, I wash straight after. No, you don't. I fall asleep laying that. I wake up in the morning and that stuff is hard. What's yours? What are you talking about, man? Next question, Francis, man. Jesus.
Rasta's laughing so hard.
Next
I used to
question.
Rasta laugh that hard.
Rasta's supposed. You know what's funny? Rasta's supposed to be checking if the microphone levels are not working. They're probably off right now. You know. We're going off the camera volume right now. Man.
Rasta's like, that explains my beard. I'm joking.
That's right. See, and he's Rasta man. See, them man be lying, say I don't eat me blood fire. Me not eat rat. Lie, man. Them kind of man there eat pork and they eat that stuff right there. Man. The pioneers.
Listen.
Next question.
All right, listen. Let me ask you a hard, maybe difficult question.
I
now.
like that.
Give me your top 3 UK comedians.
Zarif, also known as Filio, Abs the Truth, and Junior Booker. Those are my
Top 3.
yeah.
Okay.
So they're the funniest. You could yeah. The rest I'd say Quincy as well. Quincy the comedian. Yeah, after that, my fault.
Okay. And your top 3 sketch comedians.
I'd put Trey Rags. I'd put RDC, and I'd put Ha Davis.
Okay. I didn't say this, ladies and gentlemen. If you didn't make the list,
He said
take out
top
on
3.
him.
He said top 3. So you know.
Oh, fair enough. So let's finish off with this. What advice would you give a young comedian out there trying to get in the game and just make an impact?
Rule number 1: don't listen to me or anybody. Just do your thing. And 2, be yourself. Which contradicts because the first one I said don't listen to anyone, so that doesn't really make sense. Be yourself. Honestly, no, be true to yourself. It's the best thing. If you find something weird and you want to explore that in your work, do it. Don't be held back. You know, obviously still make it funny, but don't be held back because, you know, the rest of the crowd, you know, ooh, I don't want to hear about that. Be you. It's free to do, it's priceless, but it's also the hardest thing to do. So be yourself and you will enjoy your work more. Yeah, I'd honestly say that. Know where you're trying to go as well. That helps. Because then you can't be swayed off from your path. And yeah, man.
Okay. No, that's. I think as you said, the hardest thing to do is be yourself, and a lot of people are not being themselves because they've got so much information, and to be yourself takes a very long time. And at the moment, everything is set
Why
up
is that though?
to be yourself.
Yeah, like how is being yourself? Like that's crazy though, isn't it?
Because it's
Because you're you every day.
but it's the root of everything else. Because there's us lot in the room. You so different. He's so different. I'm so different. So it's gonna take time for you to adapt to me.
But I want you how long we take. That doesn't matter because you're just gonna be you.
No,
anyway.
it does matter because as humans, we belong to a pack. We have to belong somewhere. Mm-hmm. So I want you to like me, and I want you to like me.
That's obviously the difficult thing. Yeah, I get you.
So now I'm gonna do something that I think you two like, and even if it goes against me, I think I can take that because you lot liked me, and now I belong to this group. Mm-hmm. And I think that's the reason being. And if I'm myself, eventually over time you will like me. That's just how life goes. But it's taking too long.
Yeah, I get you. I get you. I understand.
That's my
But that's
my
why I
thought
think you have
process.
to obviously be around people that accept you for who you are. Do you understand?
But in order to find those, so you don't know
Of
those
course you won't
people.
know until you obviously try.
Exactly,
And we're all been, victim to that, like being someone you're not for a period of time or saying stuff. We've all done that, and I think once you realize that, hey, this is me, then
yeah. But some people are naturally like that. Some people are like, you know what, this is me. Take me for who I am, and I think they have a better life because they're comfortable within themselves. And I think to a certain degree that comes with age as well. The more mature you are, the more experiences you've had, you're like, you know what, I'm tired of being pleasing everyone else. I'm tired of being fake. Let me just be me. So I think that's that. So what I do when comedians come on show, because I think I'm a very funny individual, right? And you obviously run your own comedy club. Do you think I'm good enough to make it on stage one day? Would you give me a slot?
yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Oh, you meant to tell jokes? I thought you meant as like to take pictures. Yeah, you can take pictures. I don't mind.
No, brother, we've done that already.
I'll do it again. You did a good job the first time. What's he talking about? You did a good job. I would let you on 100%. Backstage.
Rasta, we're editing this. This is not
backstage access, 100%. I'll give Francis the opportunity. What are you talking about?
But to speak, like I want to be on stage and
To record,
But
yes.
but this
to
is
be on
no,
stage,
but this is what I'm trying to
You were on
say.
stage the last time. You were shooting.
Yeah, but I
backstage.
want to be a comedian.
Oh, you want to like tell jokes and that?
That's the one.
Oh, you can announce like at the beginning before I come on if you want for like 10 seconds. I don't mind.
So how is someone gonna learn the craft?
Oh, you trying to learn? I thought you meant like shooting and like you actually being serious about.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Dude, you good with the camera?
I
Francis,
think
I'll
I
give
should
you
just
that.
start my own comedy night.
I know you start your own production company. You good at this. This is good. this is good, man. This is chef's kiss.
That is your camera. You gave advice. We heard about you. Tell us what is next. What are we to expect from you and the camp?
Work. Listen, you're gonna see me being myself, me being true, and a lot of funny stuff. That's what I can say for now. I don't want to jinx it. This is why I should have come when the album was released. Do you know what I mean? And then I could be like,
You set this day. I didn't set this day.
it's very true because we were, and stuff.
I said, when is it good for you? And
It's
you
true,
gave me
and
this
I would
date.
come in. You see, with Francis, when he calls me, yo, can you do this? I'm like, yeah, let's do it. So we had been saying for a while to do. I think after my birthday, it's nearly a year now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wow, you shot it well though. You shot it well. That was nice.
Thank you.
Good for it. See, that's what I'm saying. That's what you should be doing.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, this interview might never see the day of light. But it's fun.
Hey, Rasta, release that right now.
Listen, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Be yourself. Be authentic. Find your true self. Don't worry about anyone else. Make those mistakes. Go through the hardship. And beside everything else, find out who you truly are and do what is right for you. Leave the trends alone. It might take a long time to get to where you need to go to. But like Edwin says, do things that make you happy. If it doesn't make you happy, leave it alone and believe in your true self. Till next time, love, peace, and happiness. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and comment. Thank you very much. Yes.
If you want to.
Please do.
We can't force the audience to do that.
Please do. Thank you very much.
If you want to.
Please do.
We don't want to seem like we force anyone to do it. Like,
Yeah, you know
with
what,
your
you're
consent,
right.
With your consent, you can do that.
Yeah, if you want to.
It'd be nice, but, you know what I mean? Just,
Yeah, there you go.
yeah.
There you have it.
I'm just paying. I just wanted the last one.